What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
They seem to just be cardboard cutouts, though.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions, no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
I love him. I'd like to see more of Toussaint. I just feel like what we're gonna get here won't be enough to sate my appetite for it.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, Marietta,
Henrietta?
Her Grace the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Of course he does.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
They say her grace is pulled in some temple beast. Killer from the north, they say. What with
All praise to the knights who err.
against the beast? These dark powers. That calls for a witcher. Mage.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyren. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyren in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
I really do love the glasses and the robe. They really work well together. And the ponytail and beard. It really works well together. Like I said before, it gives him the look of some, like... Yeah, I know. It's reminding me of someone. I can't remember what. Or, like, some... But, ignoring that. I know, just giving me the... putting the image of... Remember I was saying adventure novel and all that? Just give me the idea of a... maybe not sexy, but some sort of like romance novel author, like this, like some mystique or something romance novel author, some adjective in front of it, some descriptor. Not just a normal one. It's, you know, it needs a special descriptor, and it's. I know it's a great image. It really works well. Yeah, works well.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Palanai.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Even he's tiring of it.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? Be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Oh, this is starting to sound familiar. Let's see. I don't know. Seems tradition isn't the only thing that's sacred in Toussaint. Also, Witcher 1 references are.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
Ah, unlocked a new thing.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
Apparently, back in the olden days, I think in England, every third day was a Saint's Day. I remember reading that in the Horrible Histories as a kid. It was talking about schooling, like during a certain particular time period in, I believe, England, or somewhere in Europe during the Middle Ages. You would have no summer holidays, but every third day was Saint's Day. There was also no set way of spelling things, apparently, so you could just put down whatever. Then again, maybe it was you had to go with however the teacher spelt it, and each teacher would have their own iteration of it. Part of me is wondering, did I just misunderstand? What I said initially was what was wrote down as far as I remember, but maybe I was misunderstanding their intention. I'm looking back on some stuff in the Horrible Histories that I read, I'm realizing that's the case. But some, not all, you know. I imagine some of it I did actually understand it's right. And certainly that doesn't seem to be one that was miscomprehending. But it's irrelevant to what's going on here. It's just like, you know, depending on how often they have Saints Days, you know, it might be too bad. The beast might go months without killing. Unless you're like, you know, ye olden time England.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Ha! Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Venice. I'm to play the Heya during this year's game in the Palace Gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Oh, I was expecting him to get up and leave. Mine.
Well composed pate, I must admit.
The cook has worked wonders as always.
I'd rather have that chowder.
I was waiting for him to be.
I'd rather have that chowder.
And the sky was blood red.
I shall be off once I finish my pate.
Summoning a witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights without a chopped liver?
Wanted, the White Wolf. The Witcher, Geralt of Rivia, known as the White Wolf, is wanted to serve as a guide. His potential employer guarantees an ample wage for this unusual contract. For more information, he should go to Count Belladal's temporary base camp in Toussaint. We kindly request that all other persons not present themselves at said camp under pretense of being Geralt of Rivia. Count Bellad was not born yesterday, can easily tell who was a Witcher and is faking it. All those journeying to his camp in shabby costumes with wooden swords strapped to their backs can save themselves the trouble and turn back. They knew we were coming, apparently. The valued guests at the Cocktail's Inn are kindly advised to be on their guard when approaching our inn, and even more when leaving it. It's of utmost importance you bypass the Mercent Forest, as man-eating monsters lurk therein. We beseech you heed our warning, for we fear otherwise the loss of so many guests will ruin our inn's carefully cultivated atmosphere. We wish you safe journeys, and kindly invite you to visit again. Linka, the innkeeper's daughter. The daughter's capitalized. Huh. Notice from the Ducal Camerlengo. Going all knights errant and other strongmen, the duchy needs you, your aid is required. Boundless rewards are in the offing. More details available at the Ducal Camerlengo's offices on Knights Dormant Square. Announcement from the Office of Internal Revenue of the Duchy of Toussaint. The Office of Internal Revenue hereby announces a limited live auction to be held regarding the sale of a piece of developed real estate accompanying agricultural land located in the Carl Beta Woods region, having been left to the ducal treasury by the late Count Crispy, who departed this world without any heirs. The unique nature of the Bellegarde estate and its important role in the production of wine, bringing fame to the duchy in all corners of the world, when the subject of Toussaint should be allowed to participate in the auction. The old knights errant and other such men of arms, be it known far and wide that the services of voluntary keepers of peace shall be needed. Minor problems are expected to arise during the transfer of the above-mentioned real estate, so that said problems, for this solution, could require the application of direct physical force. All volunteers are asked to report to the field office of the Procurator General of Toussaint near Fleming's Bridge, that is to say, the place where the auction shall be held. The Great Beauclair Gwent Tournament. It is Bonnemore's supreme delight to announce a Gwent tournament of his organization. Those wishing to take part should register at the Pheasantry. Please note this tournament features a new faction developed by Count Lanier himself. Let the games begin. To Witcher or Witchers, the Beauclair Coopers Guild is seeking an individual or individuals willing to escort a merchant convoy through an area threatened by the Great White Terror. More information can be obtained from Gaston Lagaffe at the merchant's camp in the forests to the north of Coronata Vineyard. No one provides information like Gaston. Exposition like Gaston. No one needs 12 eggs like Gaston. Morgram Palanai, Under Secretary for Threats and Risk Management, Beauclair Cooper's Guild.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
This is beautiful. Beyond the veil, I summon Roach.
Come on.
Archespore. Certainly different in behavior than the ones I fought previously. And appearance. Fucking lethal. Fire. Nice to see some of this stuff coming back. Because from the sounds of them in the descriptions, the stuff is like a universal threat. Like murdered men, each the spawning of these things and all that. So it seems weird for them not to be more common when there's tons of murdering going on.
Archespores will sprout again. Should destroy the area if I want to get rid of them for good.
Does seem weird that it's not a mechanic in the first game. They know if they'll just sprout again. Let's have a look at the Archespore journal entry. Okay, clicking through here actually... Ooh, this is actually a separate section. Yeah, since coming here, they've changed this up. I think all I saw... Yeah, it was just a portrait.